1 hour. That is all it takes to travel from the bustling streets of Hong Kong to neo-lit casinos of Macau, which is also popularly known as the Las Vegas of the East. But how do you do it? Which ferry should you take? Which port to choose? And how much does it actually cost? And what should you expect on your arrival? Stay with me as I break it down all in this ultimate guide to traveling from Hong Kong to Macau by ferry. While there are other ways to go to Macau, like the famous bridge and even helicopter, the ferry remains the most popular choice for the travel. It is affordable, convenient, and lets you enjoy a scenic ride across the Pearl River Delta. Plus, ferry runs pretty frequently, so you don't have to stress about missing one. There are two major services, the Turbojet and the Kotai Waterjet, which takes you to two different ports in Macau. Turbojet mostly takes you to Macau's outer harbor, which is great if you're heading to the historical areas or the central Macau. The Turbojet has started its fleet to Taipa port as well, but is limited in numbers. The Kotai Waterjet, on the other hand, takes you to Taipa port, which is closer to the Kotai Strip's famous casinos like the Venetian and the Galaxy Macau. You can choose based on what you actually want to do in Macau, where do you want to go, and what ferry services you want to use. Again, there are multiple ports in Hong Kong for you to board, like the China Ferry Terminal, the Hong Kong Ferry Terminal, and the Sky Pier at Hong Kong International Airport. And we are heading from Shim Sha Shui to Shuan Wan for Hong Kong Ferry Terminal, as this is the most convenient port both in terms of reaching there and the ferry frequency from this port.
हमें यहाँ जाने लेके ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा.
The ferry terminal is connected to the MTR and you need to take the exit D from the subway and go to the level 4 in the same building to reach the ticketing area for the ferry. This is so well connected and have proper signboards for you to follow and reach the ferry terminal. There should not be any problem for you. So we have reached the ferry terminal. We now have to buy the tickets for the next available ferry. The ferry services starts from 7:30 in the morning till 11 in the night, with ferry every half an hour in the morning and evening, and one ferry every hour in the afternoon. You can check the schedule. You can also pre-book your tickets through Klook if you want to. However, we plan to buy them as we reach the terminal. The ticket price is 160 Hong Kong dollars for the economy seat. Even though the Macau is so close, it is still an international border and you need to go through the immigration. Make sure to carry your passport. You have to board the ferry at least 10 minutes before the departure. As for the luggage, you can carry one bag per person on the ferry of about 20 kgs. They do have dedicated space for keeping the luggage and it is on the first come and first serve basis. The economy class seats are fine for most of the travelers, but upgrading to a higher class gives you more legroom, priority boarding, and sometimes even snacks. But then it comes at a higher cost. Seats are old, not very clean, yet the leg space is good and overall it is very comfortable to sit. Despite the rough weather, the sailing of these ferry is pretty smooth and it is moderately quiet here. After 60 minutes of sailing, we have reached the Taipa terminal in Macau. We have to undergo immigration here again. The Indian passport holder do not need a visa to visit Macau, and there is no stamping on the passport. Immigration process is very straightforward and quick. The Macau ferry terminal is huge and is much nicer and newer than the Hong Kong ferry terminal. You can find few taxis as you get out of the port, but the supply looks less. But if you are coming to this port, you would want to head directly to one of the casinos, like we are heading to the Venetian for our stay. These major hotel chains in Kotai Strip runs regular shuttle buses from the port to hotel, so you need to come to this bus stand right outside the port. Now we'll go to our hotel and we'll check into the hotel and show you around what the famous Venetian looks like in our next video. I hope you enjoyed this video and are able to figure out your trip to Macau. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment if you have ever taken this ferry before and how was your experience. See you in the next one.